The Blue Jays unfortunately lose the series against the Houston Astros there this afternoon at Rogers Center. However, Justin Verlander, I mean, we've seen it once before at Rogers Center, and we saw it again. Justin Verlander no-hit the Toronto Blue Jays, 14 strikeouts, walked one guy. I mean, he was nothing but perfect. I mean, other than one walk to Cavan Biggio, he was remarkable. And, I mean, like, I could sit here and say, well, the Blue Jays didn't hit well, yeah, no kidding. But to see the Blue Jays, it was a 0-0 ball game for most of the game. And then in the top of the ninth inning, with Ken Giles, I mean, our closer, one of the best pitcher, probably the best reliever the Jays have, he's out there, and he gives up a 2-run shot to the young Abraham Toro from the Houston Astros to give them the lead, and that allowed Justin Verlander to get the no-hitter in the bottom of the ninth inning, and it kind of summed it up. The Jays got no hits in the ball game. Like I said, one base runner in Cavan Biggio, and the sad thing about it is, we're coming into the game, we're like, I don't know. I mean, with Verlander on the mound, and the Jays going with the opener, and obviously no Tom Pannone or Sean Reed-Foley, so who's going to be coming in kind of, relieving Wilmer Font? It was Sam Gaviglio and Zach Godley. Now, ideally, facing a Houston Astros team that's very good, those names are not very appetizing. Maybe it is for Astros players, but not for Blue Jay fans. However, those guys were awesome. The only positives we can really take from a game like this: 2 innings, 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 3. Wilmer Font, another 2 scoreless innings for the Blue Jays. Sam Gaviglio went 3 no-hit innings. I mean, he didn't allow a hit, he didn't even walk a guy. No base runners for Sam Gaviglio, struck out 3 guys. He was great. And Zach Godley, yeah, he got into one little sticky situation, but he did a great job getting out of it. 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, and a couple strikeouts. He did a great job. But unfortunately, there was no Jays offense mixed with Ken Giles giving up a 2-run shot in the top of the ninth inning, and you lose 2-0. But you guys, Justin Verlander is one of the, if not the best pitcher of our generation. You gotta tip the cap to the guy. Look, Jays fans were cheering there as much as they wanted to win a ball game, and they want to see that. You're seeing greatness. You're seeing Justin Verlander be the best pitcher in baseball. I mean, with the win today, he's 17-5 with a 2.56 ERA. And like I said, 14 strikeouts today. He's had over 250 strikeouts this year. He's 36 years old. I mean, it's incredible, and it's amazing. But look, watching Justin Verlander go out there and do his thing, it's remarkable to watch, And for Astro fans picking him up as a trade deadline acquisition, it's incredible. It's absolutely amazing to see. And the crazy thing about the guy who actually hit the home run, he's a Canadian boy. I mean, from Quebec. I mean, with a name like Abraham Toro, you don't think of him as a Canadian guy. You think of him more or less like Dominican, Puerto Rican guy like that. But somehow, somewhere down the line, he's a Canadian boy, and he hits a 2-run shot off of Ken Giles. It's the way it goes sometimes, people. Like we talked about before, there's going to be great things you're going to see from the Jays, like yesterday winning 6-4, getting a great start from Buckles, getting some big hits from the Blue Jays. Then there's going to be games like Game 1 where you can't pitch very well, and you still score 4 runs on 8 hits, but you don't pitch well and you lose 7-4. And then there's going to be games like today where you can't get any offense and you give up 1 big hit and you lose 2-0. That's what a rebuilding team looks like. You're going to have great games, you're going to have bad games. But we're seeing over the last, few months or so, yeah, wins and losses haven't been great lately. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and they're not playing the greatest baseball as of late. But they're competitive, and I think that's the thing we all look at. We're not seeing 10-1 losses, 13-2 losses, or whatever. You saw a 2-0 loss today. You saw a 7-4 loss in Game 1. Yeah, you saw 9-4 against the Braves, but at one point it was a 5-4 ball game. And then if you won 3-1, and I think they lost the Game 1. They lost the finale of the Mariners series, only 3-1, 7-4. They haven't gotten blown out, and I think that right there attests to us as the Blue Jays are that much closer, right? They're a few good starting pitchers and a few good relievers away from being a pretty damn good team. I mean, we know what the minor leagues look like when it comes to pitching for the Blue Jays. They have some great-looking young pitchers coming up, and we'll get to a couple more that they picked up. Eric Sogard deal finally finalized And the two players the Jays acquired were two players, one a Canadian guy, and then one a 19-year-old great-looking young player. We'll get to that in a little bit. I'll do a video for you guys after this one about that, and it was awesome. I mean, to see the Blue Jays continue to add pitchers, it's nice to see. Speaking of pitchers, speaking of the minor leagues, we're going to go down there and talk about the Buffalo Bisons. Anthony Kay, as much as he was amazing over his last couple starts, he was not very good today. Went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 9 runs. Only 3 of them were earned, but he walked 3 and struck out 3, gave up a home run. Wasn't very good in that game today, again, for the Buffalo Bisons. Offensively, though, there was quite a few positives to take from the ball game. Anthony Alford, 2 for 6 with an RBI and a run scored. Good to see for him. Where are we here? Forrest Wall went 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs, scored 3 runs, and walked twice. He's hitting .250. And Santiago Espinal, since he's been up there, has not stopped hitting. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a walk. He's hitting .320. Now, I mean, look, again, that's in a very, very small sample size, 27 games, 100 at-bats. I mean, he's looking very good. But the question I have for you guys is, where's he going to play on the Jays? You don't know. But to see him doing very well at the minor league level at 24, 25 years old now, he's looking good. I think next year we're going to start seeing maybe him into that call-up, send-down type of role. If an injury occurs, you see a guy like Santiago Espinal getting called up and that kind of stuff. So it's going to be good to see these young players continue to progress for the Blue Jays. All right, down in Double-A New Hampshire, with Anthony Kay not having a great start in Triple-A, Yennsy Diaz is like, my man, this is my last start of the year, and I'm going to have a heck of a one. And my goodness, was he outstanding. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 8. He was incredible. ERA dropped to 3.74, and that is where his season ends for Yennsy Diaz. What a year he had. A couple last starts were fantastic for him. And the question I have for you guys is, will Yennsy Diaz be a September call-up? We heard about Ryan Tepera and Bo Taylor getting called up, at least for the first little bit, for the first wave of September call-ups. But for Yennsy Diaz, he's on the 40-man roster as well. We already saw him 1 game this year. So he might be a guy you see in September. I don't know how I feel about that because, I mean, he had a great end of the season in New Hampshire. Do you really want to bring him to the big leagues and maybe struggle quite a bit? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to play it out. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing the 22-year-old right-hander up in the big leagues, but I don't know what they're going to end up doing when it comes to Yennsy Diaz. All right, offensively, there wasn't a whole lot of positives down there in the ball game. A lot of 1-first. Kevin Smith, Joshua Palacios went 1 for 5. Cullen Large went 1 for 5 in the game. Spanberger 0 for 3, so he struggled in this ball game at least. And not a whole lot of other things going on for the minor leagues or the Blue Jays. They're Dunedin, obviously season's done because of the hurricane that's going on down there. And down in Lansing, well, they were winning 7-5 last time I looked. We're going to see how they finished up though. All right, it was in the bottom of the 6th last time I checked. They won 7-5 over the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. What a name. What a name. Otto Lopez, what a day he had. 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, scored 2 runs. He's hitting .324. And guys, to put it into perspective how well he's doing, he's played 107 games. He's hitting .324. He's had 444 at-bats. He's hitting .324. Otto Lopez is something else. To put bat to ball and to get on base, he has done an amazing job in Lansing. He's definitely a guy you see going to Dunedin next season. Yorman Rodriguez went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. He's hitting .348. Now, he hasn't played 107 games like Otto Lopez has. However, he's been very solid as Yorman Rodriguez. I mean, he's played 21 games. He's had 92 at-bats, but he's hitting .348. In Vancouver, he played 40 games, hit .369. So he has been outstanding offensively. And Griffin Conine, he had a good ball game, 2 for 5 with an RBI. He's hitting .280. And Moreno, 0 for 5. He's now hitting .280. So he struggled over the last little bit here. But good to see some positives out of the Lansing Lugnuts, and on the mound, don't really care too much. Down in Vancouver, they were playing today, and at one point they were down 7-2. Don't worry, no Alek Manoah, no Adam Kloffenstein were on the mound, so you don't have to worry about ERAs going through the roof for those two guys. I think Manoah might go tomorrow in the finale. They ended up losing 11-3 offensively. Anything good? Schloninger went 2 for 4. He's hitting .255 on the season. But other than that, not a whole lot going down there for the Vancouver Canadians. And that's it for the minor leagues. So we'll quickly go to, we'll quickly, I guess, preview the next series for the Blue Jays. And game 1 of the mini 2-game, is it a 2-game set in Atlanta? Yeah, it's 2-game series in Atlanta starting tomorrow afternoon on Labor Day. It's a 1:20 first pitch in Atlanta. Who's on the mound for the Braves? Mike Soroka, we already saw him once in Toronto, so we're going to see him in Atlanta there tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, 1:20 first pitch. We don't know who it's going to be for the Blue Jays right now. They had an opener today, so I don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. It's going to be really interesting to see what ends up happening. Are they going to call up a pitcher? I don't know. I mean, I'm not too sure what they're going to have planned there tomorrow. Thomas Pinoen pitched, I think it was yesterday, for the Buffalo Bisons. So how's that going to whole play out? He can't come up. Sean Foley maybe hasn't pitched in a while, so maybe he's got to call. I don't know. I have no idea how they're going to play it out tomorrow. Game 2, however, is Jacob Waguespack versus Mike Fultonevich. That is Tuesday at 7:20 in Atlanta to wrap up the mini 2-game series in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so guys, you know what? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed seeing Justin Verlander do his thing, but didn't enjoy the Blue Jays not getting any hits at all. Smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the minor leaguers we've discussed. Everything towards the Toronto Blue Jays. Let me know in the comments below, guys. And check out Main Man Mo Buckets on Twitter, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Guys, I mean, I was on this podcast this past week. They uploaded it on their to their podcast where they have the link is on their Instagram bio. So if you have not checked it out, please go do so. And guys, Twitter is down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys very shortly as we talk about the Eric Sogard final deal now. I will break down the 2 pitchers we got in. How do we grade this trade, at least as of right now? We'll talk about that in a little bit here. But as for the actual ball games, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon. Might be an evening or night video. I'm not too sure how it's all going to play out right now, though. 1:20 first pitch in Atlanta as the Blue Jays head to Atlanta for a mini 2-game series. Mike Soroka on the mound for the Braves, and we're not too sure right now who it is for the Blue Jays. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.